Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines here in Foolstown. Last episode we built our very own version of Alcatraz, which is so good. The one thing I forgot to get in that last episode was a road underground connecting it. It was just like an invisible road that nobody was ever going to see or knew it existed, just for the sake of the island working with the prisoners on. I forgot it, don't worry, I've got it back in. I did it. It's all good, guys, it's all good. But today we're going to try and attempt to build one of the other three things I previously mentioned. There was an Alcatraz, a theme park, and a zoo. I wanted to get into the city. We've done the prison Alcatraz, and today we're going to be working on our very own theme park. Now, I got rid of it ages ago. I've got a really cool little space for it that we're going to throw it in, and it's going to be beautiful. So if you guys enjoying this episode, enjoying Foolstown and Cities Skylines, then make sure you smash that like button down below. But boys, we are back. So let's take a little quick look at Alcatraz. I'll show you what I've done. I just kind of made this little underground road here. No one's meant to see it at all. It's the way that the prisons, and there's quite a few prisons on the island, can get their prisoners. It's just a way of making it work. That's all it is. A road simply goes underground, as you can see. Nobody's meant to know it exists. It's just for functionality, and it pops up round about here, just there. Again, completely out of the way. You wouldn't know it exists, but it still gives the illusion that we have a prison on an island. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So today we're going to be building our very own theme park, and I've kind of set this little area here up, which I think will be really, really nice. Now, this is exactly what I'm going to do. I've got the road coming in directly from here, which we're going to connect up down to here. And we're going to set up our very own little monorail route. Kind of like how we got a little monorail running through here. We're going to have a second one running straight down to our Venice area. We're going to have this road connected to the roundabout too, so it's a good, simple, easy access route for some of the vehicles. They might even use it to come down here to cut straight across, or even go all the way down into Venice. So it's going to be a good little cut-through route. No highways here, boys. We're trying to residentialize all of this area, pretty much. And I've built a little road going around the outskirts of our theme park. This is going to be our little service road that we can use to create bridges over the highway up to this road here. We're going to do little parking lots on the outskirts, little multi-story car parking, 2 more bridges over to our little theme park. It's going to be really, really exciting. And the great thing about placing it here is it's just on the outskirts of town. It's also just before this big mound we've got here, which I'm thinking, you know, like how we did a national park over here? We do another national park on top of this one too. So it's like Twin Peaks. How cool is that? And it can overlook the city as well, as you slowly start to kind of get away from the skyscrapers down towards Venice as we kind of blend it out into residential. Well, lower residential anyway. And it's a nice little fit. And the reason I'm placing this here as well, because it's surrounded by so many residents, it should do pretty well. It should be a great tourist attraction, and it should cause some sweet upgrades to the buildings that are currently not upgraded just yet. So I think first things first then, we're now going to zone this area to be our park. Where is it? Paint industry? No, I want to paint park area. There we go. So we'll go all the way up to the edges of the road. We'll cut in... Oh, actually, you know what? I don't want to cut in that much. What I want to do is bring this up to the edges of the road, because this is where I want to bridge over that main park area. So we can create the little gates that are connected to it. And then we just have regular normal paths coming over too. So this is our little park to begin with. And just to turn it in to a kind of city park, we'll place down first the main entrance. That's exactly what we'll do first. We'll get that up and running, get it all set up. So let's zoom in and we'll drop it. Can I? No, actually, I won't be able to get away. If I pull it there, and then just use the move it tool to kind of centralize it more. That now, let me get out of this view. Wait, what is that? What is that, and how have I placed that down? I'm sure I clicked. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those days, isn't it? It's going to be one of those days. Right, that's in. The main theme park entrance. And we're going to give it a name. A name? Fulltastic Parks. I don't know. If you want to give me some really better, some better name suggestions in the comment section, go for it. We'll just call it Fulltastic. I forgot to press enter. We'll just call it Fulltastic for now. I'm sure you guys can come up with some better names for our very own theme park. But we'll quickly get the water in to this area. Might as well just pause the whole game while we build this, because we haven't got to simulate anything anyway, which is all good. We'll hook up the roads. Might as well just get these thrown in now. So one there. One there. Make sure the lane dictation's right. Pretty good. So that's all in then, and we'll set this all up then. So we want some car parks in the outskirts. We'll get some multi-story car parks in too, and stuff like that. And then we need to do all the path and stuff like that. So I think I'll do all the path first. So we'll have multiple entrances to the theme park. So we get a couple of side gates on the go. So this is if you you get entrances depending on where you parked. So I'll drop. Do you know what? Yeah, 5 is the perfect. And actually, we'll put one there. So there's 6 altogether, 6 entrances, which is really nice. And then we'll have this main kind of path that comes from the center of it, and from here we'll bring it up here. We'll do a row of 3. That cuts in. This one goes up a little bit more. So we can create that really nice centerpiece to the theme park. And then we'll push this up. What does that go up by the way? By 15. So across by 15. There we go. And then after that, it goes its own direction. It then starts to go its own direction. So we'll create first. I might say, actually, no, do you know what? We'll bring each one out by 5, each entrance path out by 5. And then we can decide how we want the rest of it to flow. Well, that came out by 6. So we bring it out by 5 each one. And it's just a little bit away from the edges if you want to get rides in. Here, there, and everywhere. So we'll go for it now then. So if I brought this in. You went straight in. This up to there, and then straight connection. Like that. Yeah, that's fairly good. I just want to do the main structure before we get all the rides and stuff like that. So that can go straight to there. This can go straight there to there. Nice, easy, simplistic. And do I go straight like that as well? Yeah. So that is the kind of main structure we're going with. Every additional path now will be based on where we place the rides and stuff like that. So let's do the kind of central stuff first then. So we've got the amusement park calf, which we'll squeeze in. So we'll get one either side. And then we'll do one in each various area. So one over there. And then we'll do one just here. So souvenir store then, we'll place like on the kind of entrance area. And then we'll do one there. And we'll squeeze one in just there. So then we got the restrooms, which we need quite a few of these. So I'll place one either side there. One next door to that souvenir shop. One just there as well. So we got a couple of toilets in. Then everything else then is literally just rides and stuff. So what is this here? We've got, oh, the amusement plaza. Can't forget about you, boy. So we'll stick an amusement plaza in. One on either end. Because this is like our very own plaza we've got in. In a way, really, isn't it? And we'll place one there. Okay, we've done the calf, and then we've got stuff like this. This is the game booths. So this is where everyone will have a lot of fun playing games. So if we can squeeze one there, and then look at that, and then we mirror that one that side. This is gonna look really, really cool, and especially when we get all the big rides and like the Ferris wheel and stuff like that. So then we got the carousel then. So this is where we start to add rides. So I think this is where I'm now gonna kind of stick the paths out a little bit in various spots to kind of play around with designs and stuff like that of how we're gonna have some of the areas for the rides. There we go. So, okay, where's the first one again? Then it's the carousel. Here we go, boys. Here we go. So I think what we'll do is 2 of every ride. We got the piggy train, which the smaller rides are squeezing the smaller spaces that we have. We've then got the rotating teacups. You gotta love the rotating. You gotta love the little teacups, haven't you guys? Doesn't matter how old you are, you always go on the teacups. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. We got the swinging boat. There we go. We got the House of Horrors, so we're getting a little bit bigger now in terms of the rides, which is cool to see. We've got the bumper cars. We've got the tower drop, which is so scary. I've been on something like this in real life, and I'm not going to tell you this right now. Slightly pooped my pants. Not going to lie to you guys. Not going to lie. Right. Squeeze you in just there. We've also got the Ferris wheel, the Big Daddy. The ride that stands out upon all other rides in a theme park. We got our very own roller coaster, which is actually a lot bigger than I realized it was going to be. Which means I don't really have many options in terms of space. I've got rid of that there. Right. Boom. There we go. I would like to squeeze in another roller coaster. So why don't I... Okay, why don't I... Right, I got an idea. Okay, we're going to slightly change the layout a little bit. So if we move these on this side, delete that road. I'm going to delete this road and this road up to there a little bit for a second, because I kind of want this to be in a straight line for the sake of being able to squeeze the roller coaster in. Right, there you go. Everything's all back to normal now, so nothing to worry about, guys. Nothing happened. Then we can squeeze that roller coaster in just there. So how does the part look now? Ooh, it looks good. It does look really, really good, but we still need to fill it up a bit more, don't we? Now, I could go for all these normal prop stuff, but you know what? More rides. More rides, the better. So I'm going to try and squeeze rides in now. Try and get the bulkier and chunkier rides in. Here, there, and everywhere at this point. All the way to where the end of the park extends. Just really bulk it all up. I need some of the bigger ones, don't I? So why don't we drop a few more little plazas down in little areas? Like I said, to bulk it all out a bit, and that looks a little bit better. So we got to place a little bit of scenery in anyway. We might place a few little rocks, throw some trees down and stuff like that. Concrete some areas, put the car park around. It will look glorious. Glorious, I tell you. So what kind of features do we have? We have like little stuff like this, but this is what I don't like. Is it turns into a paintbrush in a sense. So what type of props do we have to hand? That would be quite cool. We could create like little themed areas in a sense, couldn't we? This is like a little balloon cart. I mean, I could place it down like this, but they're really small. I want like big props. So let's kind of go. I mean, should I drop an airplane in? That doesn't feel right, does it? We've got billboards. That is so tiny. We have concrete debris. All the little storage box. Wow, them crates are tiny, aren't they? Right, let me just see what we've got to hand. There is a lot to choose from, a lot to see. A lot of it all relates to air park stuff. Well, let me type in. Okay, can't put in theme or park. Where these little benches pop up. Oh, fountains is a good one. Drop a few little fountains. Let me type in fountains altogether. How big are we talking? Ah, they're only little tiny ones. Right, let's get a few of these little rocks in them. It's kind of like... That's way too big. Whoa. Where are we going with those, cowboy? Why do these rocks look so big? You kind of realise how big the rocks look like until you kind of get them all in. I like this type of rock as well, because you can create that little cove that overlooks it all, which is really nice. And you just add in a few little rocks to take away from the standard pattern, which is great. A few of these little pattern rocks. Some smaller style boulders there. Let's go for like... We have these ones, but they are, again, a little bit smaller than I would like. Right, so enough little rockage right there, just kind of throwing the theme in. We got to add trees in as well, but I feel like there's no point adding trees in until I got all the car parks and stuff like that in. So where does car parks? There's a way to just search car parks alone, isn't there? I think it is this. Yeah. So what we'll do first, and we'll take these normal no, actually I want the bigger parking lots. So we've got that one, and we also have this larger one here too. So if I go one there, one there, and let's get the road, because I've gone for like an industrial outer road as well. And if I bring that up and round, I'll squeeze a couple of these ones in. Alright, if I kind of delete that a little bit. Right, what I'm trying to do is get the perfect line where it's 4. There we go. Even though that one faces the opposite way and it's going to annoy me, for the sake of it, I'm leaving it like that. How annoying is that? So we've got some big boy car parks there. And then, oh, wrong button. We get these smaller little ones in. Now if I just kind of there we go, adding those little collisions there to kind of finesse it slightly. Adding car parking all the way around. Have roads that go around now each one. Let's move that one over slightly. There we go. And we'll place them on this side. Alright, let's move these over a little bit. So a couple of car parks there. We have room to get them in other little spots too. So we'll squeeze them in where we can. Nice couple there. And it really adds to what we've kind of now got all set up. We'll do a little road that sticks out just on the start, just there. And then what can we squeeze in terms of car parks here? So 1, 2, 3. Alright, we'll just go for the 3. And then in the little spots, we'll concrete it all over. Just where we kind of need to do it. Where it like ultimately makes the most sense. Let's bring that brush size right down. Let me do a slight little diagonal. Yeah, why not? Why not? So, before we get all the trees in then, let me return to placing down the park stuff and go to the city park, where we've got these external gates I can now drop in. So we'll drop one there, one there, one here, and we'll go. I can place one there even though it's kind of out of the limits. We'll go with it anyway, which is pretty cool. Then all on this side it doesn't really matter because it's just going to be path linking up. But we're now going to create the bridges going over. So back to our to our paths. I think we'll start with this side. So what we'll do, we'll make a path come out, bridge up, go over, and there's a right connection there, but it's too much to kind of go on, down. So we'll cross it and they've got to go under, which is nice. Okay, so the next one, we have a little connection. We could do something simple over there, but let's kind of bend it slightly. And we'll create something that now kind of goes up and over. So if we go up, let me take this snapping off, this, because it's kind of annoying. It's a little bumpy there, but I like it. And we'll do something similar here. Now we'll come back to that in just a second and sort out how the height levels of that, because it's kind of all over the place. And then here. There we go. So just for that side anyway. And then I want to do some bridges here. So let's start with the bridges first. So we do one there. One there. One there. And then this one. Ooh, this one we could actually... But I don't like, obviously I'm not liking the little 90-degree. Simply just goes underneath like that. That looks like a spider. I don't like it, but we will sort it out. And then we just create simple, simplistic, easy connections. And then we'll just sort out the heights of them. And for this side, it's going to destroy some of the buildings. But we gotta make way for. I actually bring this one down here. I'm not destroying the buildings. Connect to that little road sticking out. And for this one, there we go. So let's sort the height of these out now, because they're a little bit higher than what you would want them. There we go. Go to the next one. Let's bring them all down slightly, and then we do the spider's web over here. So I bring this side down first. I'm gonna do more differently because some of them you might want at different heights. Well, that's actually got the road sign going through it. There we go. And then these ones over here. Alright, it doesn't look as crazy now. And the very last one. Nope, that's a tree I've selected. Okay, right, so that's the paths all in. We'll do now like little connections here. For if they're walking across. Well, I think that's kind of connected. Just there. One's for connecting here. And even though that's part of the park, we'll leave it part of the park because we can probably get some money out of that. And have one connected there. And then that's pretty much what you would want to do. So for trees then, we've got the really high density wooded forest tree that we kind of got going around. I'm like, what, have they got a name? The giant redwoods. So get those going around the outskirts. Remember, they kind of die off towards this area. But they are very predominant in this area. And then we just kind of go with the lower style tree. As if the park here is maintained. As if it's maintained, like, you know, I'm saying it's not. It kind of isn't, but, you know. Try and get something a little bit darker thrown in the mix. And spots like this where it's kind of gone over. Get rid. And then bring the brush size right down. And then you can kind of place them in. And the spots that are kind of missed out. And then that's our little theme park. It looks really cool, doesn't it? I do like it. I do like it. It blends in very well, you know, and that's what's great about it. Looks really cool. So let's put it to play mode then. Does the electricity stretch over? It doesn't, no. So we'll go with our other ways of doing parking methods. which I really like doing this. Right, yeah, that's all on. So I'll put it into play mode while this whole thing's happening, just to see if it gives the little electricity that this does give, to see if it does give enough. Which actually just stretch it over to the city limits anyway, so perfect. And what we're going to do, when we have that little monorail line running through, you'll obviously have a monorail stop for the theme park, which would be really good. So for the full-tastic area costs nearly 5 Gs to run. Hey ho, it is what it is. And then we'll get this road now. Take the collisions off, put the snapping on. Running up to here. Let's have this come down a bit more. There we go. Nice and simple road. Does what it needs to do. But the only thing it doesn't do just yet is transport people by a monorail. We've got a police car already patrolling. Nice. Will we see anybody use the paths just yet? Someone's walking across there, it's all good. Right, let's upgrade this to a monorail track then. Or should we place in the little monorail stations first? Maybe that's something we should do first then, so monorail, 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 there. That's not monorail, this is monorail. And the stations we need are these ones. Now it is quite difficult to get them in, isn't it, to be honest? So I might just squeeze our first one here, because this will eventually expand going down, maybe round and back up, or you know, come to an end somewhere. So you know, it's going to satisfy this side of the city. So placing that one there. So for now, simply the line will end here or start here, depending on where you kind of pick it up from. So we'll have our first one just there, and I feel like we need a second one here. No, round about here. Yeah, there. Then the next one won't be till up here until we understand or know what we want to do with this area anyway. So this is actually going to get rid of some of the buildings now. So I kind of place it here. It's not as bad as when we did the other one. How much stuff we kind of destroyed. It's not as bad. This is now on a gradient as well, because it has to be in a straight line. Can you pick that to be dropped? No, you can't. Okay, so let's upgrade the roads. So be careful. The residents don't like it, because they're like, whoa, I didn't sign up for a freaking monorail to be going past my house. When I bought this house, there was no plans for a freaking monorail, Seniac. What's going on? I want a refund. That's kind of how they're acting right now. This obviously goes up, and then the line ends over there. So that's pretty cool then. So it has got rid of some of the zone in here, which will replace it back down. Get the residents moving back in. But there's 2 little stops there for Venice, the start and the end of Venice, which is nice. And we'll integrate this park path as well. What's that one? It's a park path. Straight over, so you can just cut through and walk to where you want to go. Stuff like this should be connected too. So it's like almost like a straight walk through, which is really nice. Right. Let's now get this one in. So what's going to be... Okay, I think the straightest road is this one. Almost. Right, we'll delete a little bit more back than we need to, just to get that bend on. There we go. So one there for the theme park. We'll add in... I'll pause it now. Oh, there we go. One in for the start of the city. And then one here where it's a little bit straighter. So one just there. One there. So let's get these roads all connected back up. And upgrade the ones that we want. So it ends there for now. Never know what could happen in the future. And that line is pretty much set up. So we create our little monorail link. So this will be expanded upon as time goes on, because there's still many little spots in its way that are not completed just yet. So we can complete the line, put it back into play mode. So what didn't like me deleting over here? So high density residential. Alright, make sure that's all back in. Alright, is that the only thing? Okay, there's a little bit just here. Right, there we go. They're the only things that kind of complained a little bit. But that's all in. That little monorail stop's now in. And it stretches from the Fairview district. There we go. The Fairview district. All the way down to Venice and back. And it cuts through where the theme park will be. Eventually, you know, where if we have a little national park in the top. And then whatever we place around here. And this line will eventually run down the outskirts or, you know, whatever of the shoreline. I could even bring it down to the beach over here. It's a pretty long line. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell what we'll do with it. But it's a good little spot. Now that is... If I bring that down slightly... There's not that I can do with that, because that is a solid object. You can't bend it in any way, shape or form. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over time now. So has anybody come into the theme park just yet? Not yet. Even though I can see... I can see peeps there now, but it's the mascots. Are they called mascots? I'm not sure what they're called. It reminds me of mascots. The entertainers. I think that's the correct term, right? But we got another little monorail going through. This is quite handy. Really are splitting up the traffic right now with additional stuff. I like it. I really do like it. So I'm not too sure what's going to go on in the middle there. Only time will tell. Our little theme park is now up and running. Who knows when the first the first person will kind of visit it. Does anybody get off yet? I don't think this has been running long enough for someone to get off. I'll put it in times 6, because sometimes I feel like times 6 is quicker than times 1. I don't know. Nobody's to use it yet, but we are seeing people actually use the road. So it's at the minute it's beneficial for a couple of peeps. That's always good. Not quite sure if we need to get... Oh, and that's another thing as well. They'll probably even use this and then walk all the way to... It's a long way to college. But they might walk it. They might. It'd be cool if you had like little tram line running through up and down. That would be cool. It's the only thing with tram lines though, they need to have like an end point. Or a loop, isn't it? They can't be a dead end like a monorail. But then you can create like a little roundabout for the tram. That would be kind of dope though, wouldn't it? It kind of would be. Maybe we do that next episode. Let me know what you think about the little tram line running down here through the city. It would be cool. It would be cool. So, is it worth getting rid of traffic lights here? I don't feel like it's a problem. Well, only time will tell. Still waiting for that first person to enter. Waiting for us to have that first visitor. Alright, so they're going to the parking lot anyway. No one's walking over the bridges, are they? I mean, some of them walking over bridges, but they're not. Ooh, ooh. They could. Where are you going? The residency is over there. I mean, I don't know where they could be going. I don't know. But can we have at least one visitor, please? In Fulltastic, and I'll be happy. See, when you build a city and you get it this big, these are the issues that you have. The game runs, even at its fastest speed, like it's on ×1. So you gotta wait forever for something to happen. So they're going somewhere. It could be that they're just... No, but I said the school, because the school's a bit too far away. They're walking somewhere. Going to company. Wow. It's a very, very long way away. Still nobody, guys. We are not destined to have anybody. Come to our theme park. It's all time to cry. It's been a huge disaster. I'm just joking. Again, it'd probably take a good 20 minutes for people to get to the theme park. But we have it in. It's glorious, guys. And I think we'll end it here today then. So I think next episode then, I might start building up this area a little bit more. Or maybe start to make some progress on some infrastructure on this little peninsula just there. To really kind of finish off this area. This has become very, very, what's the word, dense, this whole area, which is really, really cool. What's the need for our schools again? So elementary, could need to get some more schools of that in. Same with high school. And we need to build another university at some point. And I think we'll build it over this side of the city somewhere. I'm not too sure just yet. Maybe over here. And then expand Summit Park, buy some more plots of land over here, expand Summit Park on the hill a bit, or even actually build the university on this little hill, this little crest that overlooks the whole little area, and then build more city around it. That could also work and could also be pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. But with me rambling, have we had a visitor? Yes, we've got one visitor out of 500. Finally. There is one lonely... Imagine going to a theme park and you're the only person there. There would be no queues on any ride. How amazing would that be? It would be freaking amazing. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.